Hello everyone, welcome back to TechPods, your space for stories and insights from the world of technology and innovation. I'm Shreyas, your host. Today I'm joined by Mr. Ajay Basil Varghese, a serial entrepreneur, startup coach and ecosystem enabler, currently serving as a director at Logibox Innovation and a mentor at IIT Palakkad. Welcome sir to the show.
Thank you, dear.
So we'll begin the podcast with how did your journey start as a serial entrepreneur? What was your first venture?
Okay, so I was not even planned to kickstart as a serial entrepreneur. Actually, it comes actually over the period of the time. Actually, I kickstarted my journey as an academician, and after that, actually, I have realized I have to gain some knowledge in building enterprises, all because of, since I kickstarted as an IEDC nodal officer, we have to share all the things about how to build a particular startup and how to identify a particular problem and how we can scale up those things to the next level, how we can bring funds. Lot of things, actually, lot of questions were there. It was not in my mind also, it was a lot of students have asked me a lot of questions like that. So in that particular journey, what I've done is, I started discussing with various other people. I started attending various sessions, and after gaining knowledge, I realized more than getting and sharing knowledge is entrepreneurship is we have to practice it. So that's how I have planned to kickstart my own venture. The first venture name was Voxo Labs. That was a partnership firm kickstarted by me and one of my colleague, Mr. Basil Sunny. So that was a service-based firm, and we were developing few of the website applications and all those things. And when we start making money from those kind of things, I started realizing, okay, we have to go to the next level. We have to take our business to the next level. Since we are running a service-based firm, taking the service-based firm to the next level is a big hard thing, So it's not possible for a service-based firm. It can't fly to the next level. So from that point, what I've done is, I started experimenting the product-based systems. I started discussing with various other students whether they have any good ideas to build products and take up the journey to the next level. So in that particular case, I started investing in student projects. That's how one of the company, that was the first company that I've invested and I have mentored. The name of the company was Logic Private Limited, and founded by Mr. Akil Joy. He was one of my students. After getting an industrial exposure, when he was planning to kickstart a company, I just joined them as a mentor, and also I have invested few of my funds over there, and that's how I started investing in various startups. So that's how the journey begins. The real startup game begins from Riot Logic. And right now, Riot Logic have scaled to the next level. Right now, we have 48 employees, and we are in Quality Info Park, and we have made our footfall in near to 8 countries. And after realizing all those aspects, I started enjoying that particular game, because when I gained the particular knowledge about how we have to invest in a company and how this particular investment works, and how we can elevate that particular journey to the next level, and building a system inside a company and all those things, I have learned all those things from Riot Logic. And after building that particular ecosystem or getting that particular knowledge, I started investing in multiple startups, and I started supporting and mentoring multiple startups. And there comes the other companies named MacV Future Appliances Private Limited, and UFarms, Logicbox, and all those initiatives that we have done till this particular date. We have also have a machine manufacturing firm, Lenovo Industries Private Limited, IQBO Designs, that was another R&D firm. So all those things that we have created over the period of the time came from this particular initiative. Okay, we have certain skill sets that should be elevated to the next level, and we have to gain those knowledge in building various other enterprises by building a very systematic approach in building those things. So this particular mentoring, enabling, and investing habit that I kickstarted 10 years back from 2015 onwards, and right now people used to call us a serial entrepreneur, but when I was planning all those things, I was just thinking about, okay, I'll be a very good academician and I will share my knowledge with my students. That was the thing that was only there in my mind when I kickstarted the whole journey.
Yeah, so it's a great journey from being an academician to an entrepreneur. Yeah. So looking back, what was the most expensive lesson you've learned on your first startup?
Most expensive lesson it's building the team is the most important thing. Otherwise, what will happen is when the founders have any conflict and all those things with respect to the startup system, it will collapse. In this particular startup ecosystem, we will usually discuss about a lot of things like okay, the idea is the key, and people used to say we have to fetch for the market opportunities. Those things are the most important thing. But more than that, in my perspective, actually, the most important thing is building a team, building the core team, and also delegating that particular dreams to your teammates. Teammates in the sense your employees, actually. So that was a hard task, actually. Whenever we are building a particular company, the most important thing for every entrepreneur or for any aspiring entrepreneurs, actually, you have to focus on building your team and sharing your dreams to your teammates. Like that, they can delegate those things. You can delegate those things, and they will take this dreams to the next level. So this is a hard task, actually. It's hard to convey those things with people. It's not about generating more revenue and big amount of money and capturing a hell of market. It's not like that. If you can delegate your dream, actually, more than delegating powers, if you are capable enough to delegate your dreams, actually, that is the most important key point. And that is the difficult task, actually, for every entrepreneur.
So a great team actually is what is needed.
Yes.
So following up the question, like, how do you help a team stay motivated after they have been rejected by multiple investors? Even though they have a really good idea,
yeah,
they've been rejected multiple times. How do you help them stay motivated?
Actually, since I was in the enabler line, and we were thinking about how those particular investors are approaching and how we have to approach the investors and what kind of feedbacks that we get in that particular case, actually. I used to mentor every startup in a case like the building your product from your co-founders and actually raising funds from your friends and families and all those things are fine. It's great, actually. It's possible, actually. But when you approach an investor, actually, the most important thing is we have to set our mindset something like the investor should win in this particular race. More than the founders should win in this particular race. Every aspiring entrepreneur should think like the investor should win in this particular race. So whenever we approach any of the investors, actually, if your investor is rejecting our proposal, I used to have an appointment with them once again, and what all factors that they have identified and what all factors were alarming for them, actually, what all changes that we have to do, how we have to iterate ourselves in order to make our product or our business model or our product pitch or what all things that we are doing. So what kind of fear that the investor have in his mind, like he's not going to win this particular race if he is investing his money in our company. So this is the key element, actually. Whenever it's not about rejection of any of the investors. What you have to think is, since you should have a mindset something like before raising the funds and all, the investor should win. If an investor is rejecting the entire proposal, you should rethink something like, okay, why he have rejected us. You have to understand those things, you have to iterate it, and you have to discuss with your team, and after that polish yourself and make sure that you will make a better tomorrow in near future.
Okay, so it requires really a tough mind to be an entrepreneur. So
yeah,
my next question would be like, is there a specific entrepreneurial mindset, or is it something you can teach people?
It's actually about teaching entrepreneurship by theories and all those things are a bit difficult, actually. If you sell something like that, only if you have an entrepreneurial mindset, you can kickstart entrepreneurship is also wrong. Actually, entrepreneurship and mindset and everything comes from practicing. It's practicing the same. So I would like to recommend each and everyone to become passionpreneurs. Okay, more than entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
If you have a passion, sell your passion and try to generate some revenue out of it, and in a very natural manner, actually, what will happen is you will start getting this particular entrepreneurial mindset. You will identify what kind of weakness that you have and what kind of disabilities that you have, where you are lacking your system, and you will start iterating from those points, and after brainstorming various other things, this passionpreneurship will help you to create those entrepreneurial mindset, actually. So it's all about practicing. It's in theory, actually, it's very tough to learn entrepreneurship. It's not possible, actually, but it's possible for everyone. Only if you have a passion and if you want to convert your passion to entrepreneurship. This is a key element where anyone can become entrepreneur.
So would you say that every college student should try to have their own startup? Even if they know it fails, should they try it out?
Yes. Definitely, every student should try it out, because right now this is one of the best ecosystem that kind of thing that we have, and this is the best time for each and every student to try this particular entrepreneurial initiative. It's all because like the supporting system is very good, and more than going for jobs and all those things, actually when you just study the case studies of the IITians and NITians, those who are kickstarting their own startups, actually it's increasing like in an exponential manner. Okay, so it's all because more than sticking to a particular job, people are understanding what kind of capacities and creative mindsets that they have. And as a student, it's very easy for them to crack the market or to invest your time in building a particular product like that.
Yes.
You can just imagine you're going to do your final year project from the very first year onwards. That's a key element. Okay, don't invest your time like that in the very final year only. If you are going to make a particular project, invest your time in the very first year onwards for building a particular project. Make sure that whether we have a sellable product in our mind by solving a particular issue, all those experiments a student can do whenever he is inside a particular campus. And in that particular case, actually what happens is his parents will support him, his college people will support him, his teachers will support him, and all the startup mission and all those entrepreneurial initiative ecosystem enablers will support him. Since a student is experimenting entrepreneurship, I would like to say it's like playing a video game. Okay, it's like playing a video game. If you got failed in that particular video game, what will happen is you have an option to restart that particular video game when you are a student. And after restarting that particular game, you will not fail in that same area where you have already failed, actually. So that's the biggest thing, advantage of playing that particular video game kind of thing in entrepreneurship when you are in campus. So those things I would like to, it's not recommending, I would like to advise each and every students to practice entrepreneurship by building a particular product, by understanding and solving a real world problem. Each and every student should practice entrepreneurship, whether it's possible for them or not, whenever they are in the camps. After your graduation, the parents will not support you, your teachers will not support you, or your friends will not be there, and it's very hard to practice entrepreneurship and playing this particular video game after your graduation. So my recommendation is to practice entrepreneurship whenever you are in campus.
The college students should always try something out new, and
Yes.
it would be really good.
Yes.
So what is the harsh truth that you have to tell to founders that they don't usually want to hear?
The harsh element I would like to tell to founders is like, you must have a mindset to accept rejections. Okay. Since you are dealing with the entrepreneurship and all those things, you have a mindset something like, okay, I'm not going to work with any other person or like that. I don't need a job, something like I don't want to work under any particular person. So I just want to kickstart my own company. So this is somewhat a mindset that few of the students may have, and this is one of the mindset where they got attracted to entrepreneurship, actually. So this is a wrong mindset, actually. If an entrepreneur is there, actually, he should have a mindset to accept rejections. This is the most important thing, and this is a hard part for every entrepreneurs in order to accept rejections. And after iterating from those rejections is the most important key element. But most of the cases, actually, what's happening is, whenever there are rejections, maybe based on selling a particular product or building a particular product, or maybe dealing with the team, or maybe from round of investments that you are planning to do, and none of the investors are coming forward to have those investments, and all those things are happening. And whenever you are calling someone for the distribution cycle and all those areas, rejections will follow you. So rejections are the most important thing, and you must accept those rejections, and you must solve those things.
Yes, we must learn how to accept rejections and move forward with it.
Yes.
So actually, being in the terms of college, so does a startup founder really require a degree to have, or can they do a startup without it?
Okay, a startup founder can start any startup without a degree. It's not mandatory that you have to have a degree. In India, actually, anyone can, after 18 years, can kickstart any firms like a proprietorship, partnership, private limited, or LLP. But there is a but, actually. Okay. Most of the students say something like, okay, Steve Jobs have kickstarted his company without having a degree. Elon Musk have started a company without having a degree, and all those things are there in our mindset, actually. So most of the cases, actually, students will say, sir, it's not having a degree is not an important thing for entrepreneurship. That's what students used to communicate. But in my perspective, actually, just you have to just rethink in a different way. Like Elon Musk have received his primary education in a very good manner. Steve Jobs have received his schooling or his primary education in a very good manner. Whether you have received your primary education in that particular standard, if you have received that kind of a primary education in that particular standard, degree is not mandatory. But if you have not even received your primary education in that particular standard, then definitely degree is mandatory. Otherwise, what is happening is, without knowledge, it's hard to sustain in this particular world. I repeat, knowledge is an asset. Okay. If you are getting a degree, you are gaining some knowledge. Knowledge is an asset. So building an asset is not a bad thing. So getting a degree is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay. So comparing Elon Musk, who have received something like a good degree, or it's not about the degree, have received a very good primary education, comparing him with yourself, right now you have not even received that kind of a very good primary education from your school days. If it's so, then don't compare.
Yes.
Okay,
sir. So moving on. So in your perspective, what would you say is the hardest part of like founding a startup, like from the ideation phase to making it work out? What would you say is the hardest one in your perspective, and also in a common perspective too, you could say?
Okay, the hardest part is to sell the product actually. In entrepreneurship, actually, most of the things, whenever you are experimenting a particular product, your friends will be there. Those they can technically build those products. They can help you to build those products actually. So building a product is not a hard task. Funds is also getting funds, grants, and all those things are very open. If you are dynamic enough, and if you have a very good team, and also if you are doing something like that is required for the society, and all those things are very easy actually. But selling the product is an art actually. What happens is, most of the cases, since whenever the technology entrepreneurs, when we are dealing with technology entrepreneurs, before they sell their product, actually, they used to add lot of features in that particular product. And actually, whenever they are approaching the customers only in the last stage, even after building the whole features to a particular product only, they are approaching a particular customer. Then at that point, actually, customers may not be ready to purchase your product with all the features and in that particular pricing. So then you realize actually something like, more than adding lot of features, one feature in that product is viable enough for marketing that particular product. So in that case, actually, with a single feature you can sell that particular product, you may realize. So at that point, you have wasted your whole time. Okay. So selling the product is the most important thing. So before you sell a product, try to discuss with customers, try to understand their case studies, try to analyze their problems, and only after that start building your product. Then after only completing 10% of your biggest dream, you can sell that particular product even though it's not even completed. Okay. So by just adding a single feature, you can sell a particular product. It's possible. It can be possible only when you are trying to communicate with the customer what kind of a thing that is required actually. So people are lacking in those phases. So this is the most important key element that I would like to share. Okay.
Yeah. So in a business, customer is the king actually.
Customer is the king.
Yeah. So you're a serial entrepreneur. You have started 2 or 3 or more businesses. So how would you say the second or third business was comparatively in entrepreneurial mindset? Like, how did it differ with each other? How was the experience?
Actually, whenever I have kickstarted every startups, actually, I kickstarted with different founders, and each of them have various issues. They have proposed various problems. And the very beginning, actually, the journey was very similar to me, because I was able to tackle those problems in a very good manner. That was the biggest advantage, because I've already seen those problems from the first company onwards. I have seen problems. So on the third and fourth companies and all those things, even though the founders were different, the core team were different, but I used to advise them, okay, we will the first company have experienced these kind of problems. So I used to share those experiences with them. Okay, I don't want you people to have that particular hurdle. So we will minimize those things by having a very good planning and all those things, and managing funds, and also building the technology products and every aspect actually. What are things that I have communicated without wasting their time, because time is an asset actually.
Yes.
In that particular case, it helped me a lot, like that whenever I'm molding each and every startups to have this particular thing in a very easy and in an exponential manner by reducing the time or taking bad decisions and all those things were there, because I already have experienced all those things in the first and second and all those companies.
Yes,
Okay.
So moving forward, you said time management. So how would you imply how important is time management in business or for a startup founder?
For a startup founder, actually, time management is a key element. Don't say like, okay, you will become free if you are starting your own company. It's not like that. Whenever I was planning to start a startup and all those initiatives were there, I have started managing my time something like I work as an employee. Okay, after 4 o'clock, I believe at that time there is an extra day. Okay, 9 to 4 we have to work, and after 4 o'clock I started believing, okay, I have an extra day after 4 o'clock. So at that extra day after 4 o'clock, I used to work with my startups. Okay, and right now whenever I'm coaching students, I used to say something like, you have 8 hours you can sleep in a day. 8 hours you can sleep. For students, actually, for 8 hours, you can have your studies and all those things. Fine, good, okay. Rest 8 hours, you have to work for your future. Okay. For entrepreneurs, actually, I used to say 8 hours sleep is mandatory. Okay. Isn't everyone 8 hours sleep is mandatory? For 8 hours, you can work in your company for getting bread and butter and all those things. You can run various services and all those things because you have to run a company. And the rest 8 hours, you have to work for your future, because that will give you an exponential growth. Invest your time in those things so that you can build a big asset in near future. If you are not ready to invest in future, actually, definitely you are not a good entrepreneur. So time management is the key. Okay, it's a very important key element that we have to discuss, and also every entrepreneurship should follow.
So you just now told me the 3 H's. So how would you say about the work-life balance? Like how would people balance their health and all in having a startup?
Okay.
What do you have to say about that?
If you really ask me about the work-life balance, actually, there is no work-life balance.
That's what you sat here.
There is no work-life balance. It's all about something like pretending there is a work-life balance, actually. If you are asking any employees also whether you have a work-life balance, they may say something like pretending like they have a work-life balance. Seriously, the balance can be achieved only when you have a perfect kind of 50-50 things are there by maintaining the equilibrium. Actually, you can't maintain an equilibrium whenever you are going an entrepreneurial race, or if you are planning to build your career, even though you are an employee or you are a self-employed, or you are. If you are building your career, maintaining 50-50 equilibrium is not possible. Actually, it's not possible. There is no like that a balance can be maintained actually. But what we have to do is something like managing time with your family, like 8 hours, that 3-8 that I have already told in the sense. Actually, you have to invest in your health. That's also investing in your future. Those 8 hours you can either work for your company's betterment and also for your health. Actually, those 8 hours, that's investing in your future. No?
Yes, sir.
So you can also plan those 8 hours investing in your future for the family also. But
Yes,
you have 8 hours sleep, 8 hours company kind of things for your bread and butter.
Yes.
And the rest 8 hours, you can maintain the balance. You can maintain the balance either by investing your time in your company's future, or by investing your time with your family, or by investing your time in your health. But managing everything may not be possible because it's hard actually. But a very good person with following lot of disciplines, it's possible for them actually.
Yes.
I'm also practicing it. I'm not selling like I've already maintained the work-life balance. It's super. I'm maintaining. It's like super kind of thing. It's not happened till this particular date, but I'm trying my level best to practice those things. And if I can make those things happen, definitely I will share. Okay, this is the perfect thing or timetable where you can. maintain those work-life balance. But if you are running your life in a timetable manner also, it's also I won't recommend actually because a lot of hurdles will be there. Enjoy those hurdles and enjoy life also. Okay.
Yeah, so discipline is key actually.
Discipline is also a key action.
Yeah, so what actually makes the Kerala startup ecosystem like completely unique from Bangalore or Hyderabad, and which do you think which state has the best startup culture?
I have already visited all the startup ecosystems across the country, and in Kerala actually this is a very small state. We have a very good ecosystem and strongly bounded actually with respect to receiving funds. If you are having an idea, actually getting 2 lakh rupees funding as an innovation grant is very easy from Kerala through Kerala Startup Mission. Without registering a company, it's possible for you to get 2 lakh rupees. It's not possible in any other states actually getting an idea grant for 2 lakh rupees immediately after submitting an idea without having a product. And after that, if you have a particular startup actually, Kerala Startup Mission in a startup ecosystem, actually they are providing 7 lakh rupees productization grant for building a particular product. And also in order to scale your product to the next level, they are providing maximum of 12 lakh rupees grant. All those things are grants actually. You have no need to repay that particular money, but you have to use that particular amounts in a proper manner, like for building your product and also building your company to the next level. And regarding those things, actually, we are also lacking in certain other things also. Comparing to any other startup ecosystem, we are lacking in raising the round of investments, actually. So we have to focus on deep tech startups. That was the next agenda that we have. We have to focus on deep tech startups, ABGC, XR, those who are the emerging areas. So we have to generate startups in those areas only when the investors will be interested. We have to attract investors. So the round of investment scenario, we are a bit lacking. But in other cases, actually, whenever we are going to Bangalore, actually, surprises, whenever we are going for an investor meet, actually, at that time, after pitching, actually, we will discuss with the people around us, those who are ready to invest. At that time only, we will realize they are not running big business. They are already employed and various other companies with near to 20 or 25 years of experience. So that was a surprise actually for me actually, because there in Bangalore or in Telangana or in any other states actually, employees are ready to invest in startups. Okay, they are already having a lot of experience. They have already invested money in stock market, real estate, and all those things they have done. They have also have more money in their hand, and they are ready to invest in crazy ideas. But this is not happening in Kerala also. Okay, so the thing is lacking us more than the grants and all those things. Actually, getting a round of investments is a bit difficult in Kerala. We have to develop that particular culture also in our particular state, so that we can have a fruitful ecosystem, startup ecosystem in near future.
Okay, sir. So what would you like to talk about AI startups? So I think you probably heard about the AI startup culture in America, especially, some companies like Cursor and all have received around 100 million in funding and all. So what would you like to say about that?
It's actually trends-based analysis actually. Already most of the companies, those who are very good in AI, have already raised their fundings and all those things are already happened actually. So the only thing is, whenever we are discussing with the deep tech and all those things, the core important point is the startup ideas that our students or the aspiring entrepreneurs used to propose or we used to hear is only about building certain applications like that for enabling people and all those things. Okay, so they will say something like, okay, I will build an application where there are certain AI features, and they will depend on ChatGPT in order to get answers or any other things for the questions that you used to ask. So you are purchasing bundles from ChatGPT in order to support your particular idea. So you are claiming like you are going to run an AI startup, but in reality is you are not building an AI startup. You are just connecting those bundles and just mimicking like you have an AI application. That's what is happening in our country, or that's what is happening in our state also. So that's the saddest spot actually in this particular game. We don't have that kind of good deep tech startups. That is the core thing. So try to build, and we have to train our students to build their own deep startup, we have to give those particular knowledge. And comparing those deep tech startups with our particular startup ecosystem is not good. Actually, it's not good. It's not like that. Actually, we have to try our level best to gain those knowledge, and we have to understand, like, okay, this is the need of the hour to build deep tech startups from our country. Otherwise, what is happening is we are depending on the third party services or ChatGPT or any other AI systems for getting informations and also to pretend the intelligence and all those things.
Yes.
So that is the most important thing whenever you are going to build an AI startup.
Okay. Yeah. So being on the topic of AI, what are the current tech trends you have seen in startups, and what would you suggest would be the more coming tech trends?
I would like to suggest AVGC XR, animation, video, graphics, and comics, where we are planning to have a creative economy from our state also. This is one of the, or it's not one of these, the first state that have already passed this AVGC XR policy. And AVGC XR is going to boom this particular market actually. Most of the people are approaching AVGC XR as something like playing video games and all those things. Like you can take your mobile phones and you can have your games, and most of the parents may, or the teachers may think like, okay, he is going to have a game development company, okay, or he is very much interested in playing games and PUBG and all those things, so he's making something like a PUBG kind of things he is planning to make. It's not like that actually. Whenever we are building a game, actually the creative mindset will enhance to the next level. It's the most important key element that we have to enhance. So building the creative economy is the most important key element that the government is focusing, and also every entrepreneur should focus. So more than AI, I would like to suggest this AVGC XR, animation, video, graphics, and extended reality and augmented reality kind of things that everyone should experiment and build those startup initiatives, so that most of the investors are getting attracted to those things and they are ready to invest in those particular areas. So we have the capacity, because most of the cases people used to make reels and all those things. You are very interested, and you are also very good in playing the games, actually mobile games. So why we can't create a particular game? So be good in Unity, be good in Unreal, be good in all those things. And after building your own game and your own things in this particular AVGC XR kind of things, you can build your own movies actually. Okay, so the movie earlier days we used to say only those animation kinds of things will work only in Hollywood and all those things. Right now in all the this particular Mollywood also, this kind of initiatives are happening, and we are very good movies like ARM and all those things, where we have already seen this AVGC XR kind of things. So focus should be there, and we have a very good economy in this particular area. So I would like to connect, I would like to communicate with everyone, or I'd like to share this particular thing, like AVGC XR is the next booming, and it's very easy for us to attract those things and take up your entrepreneurial journey to the next level using AVGC XR.
Yeah, okay, sir. So what is one very good habit that you've seen in successful startups?
Consistency is the key. What all things that you are doing, be consistent actually, otherwise you will fail. Even though you are taking a decision based on either maybe approaching investors, be consistent in approaching investors again and again and again, even though you are getting a rejection. Okay, if you are planning your company only after, before meeting any investors, we are planning to our product. Within the next 6 months we are planning to release this particular product. Okay, be consistent in that particular things, and have a very good roadmap in order to maintain that particular consistency, and make sure that you have achieved each and every milestone by providing that particular consistency. So this is the key element actually that everyone should follow.
Consistency, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what would you say is the one book that every entrepreneur should read, and why?
According to me, actually, I don't have that kind of a big reading habit, but the book that I have got influence was a very simple book that was this Rich Dad and Poor Dad, that influenced me a lot by understanding, okay, I'm going in the right direction. After reading the book only, it was something some people used to say, only after reading Rich Dad and Poor Dad, I got to realize actually this is asset, this is not an asset, how you have to focus. In my case, it's entirely different. I have already had certain plans, I have already had that particular race, and I have already gone through various other next levels. And only after that I got this particular Rich Dad Poor Dad. Then I got to realize, okay, I'm going in the right track. Okay, this book says so. So I'm already in that particular track. So I'm already in that particular right track. Okay, so that inspired me a lot actually. And everyone should read at least that particular book, because that will show you what is an asset and what is not an asset. Okay, so that particular realization that will happen, that's the most important thing also. So money is not an asset, but knowledge is an asset. Company elements and all those things is an asset. So think in that particular manner, that particular book is very good.
Yes, and I think all the viewers are going to buy a Rich Dad and Poor Dad.
Definitely. Most of them may also have that particular book in their hand also.
So we're talking about money right now. So how has your relationship with money changed since your first startup to now? Like, what's the comparison there?
Yeah, that's a very important question actually. When 2015, I think the salary I was drawing near to 50,000 rupees per month. That was my salary. And after creating Oxo Labs, it was elevated to 1 lakh rupees because I got some profit share from Oxo Labs. Then Riot, then comes other companies. Then I started investing. Then I realized, okay, I have to generate more income. Then I invested in trading and all those things. So I need more money to invest in most of the startups like that, because all those things are building assets. At one point, I just realized money is not an asset. They are just piece of papers, and it's getting affected with inflation. So keeping a lot of money is not a good habit.
Yeah.
That was actually that particular approach actually was the thing that changed my mindset. In the very beginning, I was just planning like, okay, I have to make a lot of money and I have to safeguard those monies, and I will get a lot of interest from that particular money. Then the money will work like that. It's not like that. Those people who are investing their money in banks and looking for interest have no idea how to make money. Okay, if you have no idea how to make money, invest your fund in like that in banks and all those things, have a few interest of 6%. But if you want to, but that particular thing will not beat inflation and all those things. So if you want to compromise those things, actually you have to invest in assets. That's what people used to say in various other videos, like, okay, invest in stock market and those things, even though there are risk is there, but invest in stock market and all those things, because that particular investments will help you to elevate those things whenever, because it's a growing country. Since if you believe that India is a growing country, all the stocks will grow to the next level. And whenever all stocks goes to the next level, the prices will get high and inflation will happen. So keeping money in the banks is not a good habit. So invest in stock market, either in mutual funds. I'm not recommending you have to trade and all those things. Go for intraday trading, go for futures and options. I'm not recommending all those things. Invest in mutual funds and all those things. Keeping money in hand and also just putting money in banks is not a good habit. But investing in assets is a very good habit. That's what I used to see whenever I used to go to Bangalore. Whenever I used to say that, like, okay, employees are investing in startups actually. I got inspired from those people, like, okay, startup, even though startups are its own business, they are analyzing people and they are ready to invest in people. Okay, the hard-earned money that I have already earned, I'm not ready to invest in banks or any other things. They are ready to invest in creating a lot of assets. So that's where you have to realize keeping money is not an asset. It's not an asset. Okay. But using money, you can purchase assets.
Yes.
Okay. And try to invest your time in building those assets. In that particular case, you realize money is not an asset, but various other things are there as assets. Purchase those assets using the money that you have so that you can achieve fortune in your future. If you are not ready to purchase assets based on your money that you have already earned, you are wasting your money and you are wasting your time. So you have to realize what is an asset. Most of the people think like building a particular home or purchasing a new vehicle is an asset. They are not assets. They are having depreciation, so they are not assets. So everyone should realize what is an asset, what is not an asset. In that particular case, actually, we have to educate each and everyone.
So, sir, you have been a founder and you have been an investor. So, which one do you think is easier, or do you think are they both equal?
No, it's not equal, and there is no easiness in any of the things. Being an investor, we are facing huge risk.
Yes.
Because it's all like practicing, like enabling people by sitting with them, mentoring with them. I used to do those tasks only because I've invested my money. I don't want to waste that particular money. So that even I have invested in that particular startup, then I realize, okay, since I have invested at least a small amount in that particular startup, it's my responsibility to invest my time in order to make sure that my money will work in near future for them also, and that will create fortune for me also. So in that particular case, actually, that is the case actually I would like to give you people, like invest your time in creating those particular wealth and all those things. Okay.
Okay. So moving on to the last question. So if someone listening today takes one action for the next 30 days, what would it be?
If someone is listening, more than entrepreneurship and all those things, I would like to recommend, like, your health is also an asset. Don't waste time or waste money or any other things by investing in health. Actually, invest in health in something like each and every day. Make sure that you are improving your health in a very good manner, because if you are losing health, even though you have made a lot of money or you have made a lot of fortune, you can't enjoy those things. Okay. So invest in your health and make sure that at least 1% of improvement that you can bring in your health. And in that particular case, definitely you can also enjoy what all things that you have already earned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, so much for this podcast.
Yeah.
That was it for today, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.